welcome back to Factorio with me, JD. We're still streaming through research actually fairly quickly, and I'm trying to decide what to do next. Let's do braking force. Just because we can finish off the research entirely. And faster trains are always better, right? Yeah, of course they are. I made a couple, well, I did some improvements down at home base, but they're not important, they're minor stuff. But I did decide, from this tiny little patch, 80k, I decided, you know what? We need iron. So, I decided, bugger it, we'll build some iron. We'll build some iron up here, some decent amount. And at the same time, we need to vastly up our steel production. I'm trying to maths. No, let's just build. We need to vastly up our steel production to get barrels done. That's basically what it falls down to. I want this whole system up and running as fast as possible, running not quite flat out, but you know, you get what I mean. We want it just running. We want it self-sufficient. We want it in a situation where we just don't have to worry about barrels and steel and iron and all the rest of it. So we don't need that. Blueprint, that lot. Yeah, to there and to there. And you know what? Let's do one more to there. How to fucking insert us. Oh, at least we've got a big train here full of stuff. Stuff is good. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Chests. Power pole in there, and in there. Same story. Blueprint that mess. Paste, 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 paste. Oh. Press the wrong button. Delete that. Delete that. Try again. Nope. Ah! Look, it works technically. No, it overworks. Alright. Paste. Paste. Keep. Oh! No, we ran out of furnaces. That's where we stop. So you lot go away, you lot go away, you go away, and you go away. Okay. Power poles, inserters, power poles, inserters. We don't have any provider chests for some reason. More inserters. Try again. Done. Okay. Bring the lodging network out further. Done. And then pick up all of those. And let's put productivity in everything. Yeah, that's not going to cause a power draw at all. 10-minute mark? Yeah. Yep. Might be too much for our little thing, our little mining setup to handle, but it's something. It's something. So that'll now get acid running outright. Yep. Tanks are filling up. testing to fill that. You only run if that is less than 23k. And that means I need a circuit from that to that power pole, that power pole, that power pole, that power pole. So you're already locked off when you hit 50. That's 50 in the Logi network. But at the same time, you also need to be locked off if you hit acid is greater than 24,000. And you go if it's less than 23. Yeah. So if these tanks have less than 23, we add acid from the Logi network into these tanks to fill this thing, which is not filling up. Why are you not filling up? Why aren't you filling up? Pump. That direction. It should fill up. Train stop uranium unload. Uranium unload. Second condition. Go. Haha! Now it's filling up. It just wasn't parked 100%. How much do you hold? Yeah, each tank is worth one of these tanks. Wow. That's a lot of acid. Okay, so this will empty from the Logi network if these are not full, to fill them up. This one will only run if this is chockers. And I'm talking chockers. And in that case, we need to add an extra tank. And we need to bring your piping that way. Yes. Yeah, because these pumps will drain these 3 tanks instantly dry to fill the train. Okay. That's that problem solved. Okay, so we're making barrels at a reasonable pace. We now have spare barrels in the system, which is a good sign. You have your 100 barrels, which means this system is still negative on oil, but it's full of lube, has just enough light, no heavy, and no actual oil, but that's not a surprise. But it is getting there slowly. And these pipes are not 100 anymore, so they're also getting there slowly. Yep. So oil's done. We need to start actually doing... Now we've got acid here, we need to start doing uranium, because as you see I built a stacker, and the plan is to keep this stacker full of trains, which means we might need more of these as well. We'll get it running first. Yeah, they're all in the network. Yeah, the next step is really getting stuff running. Okay, so we need mine this shit because it's right here. Belts to there. Belts you down to there with a splitter. We need to move into this Logi network. Come on. Yep, that's officially in the Logi network. I'm out of active providers, so let's passive providers. So let's go active. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go pipe. In theory that works. As I said, 15.1, that wouldn't work. Now the symbols have changed, so hopefully it should. We're about to test it for once and for sure. Assembly machine there, doing acid unbarrel. I want a requester, I want active provider. Copy and paste what you need across. Done. You pump acid into all of them. Great. So that's that system running. That's these running. We need more centrifuges, and we need more trains. We need lots of stuff. Okay. So you stop flashing at me. Basically because we can't build them. You to you can die. And you to you can die. And I'm now full on iron. Pick up more, he says. No, still too many. Let's go with U3 as well. U3, U, and U. Go away, iron. Go away, iron, I said. Done. Alright, do you have any storage? I don't think this area has any storage. Oh, yeah, it does over here. Duh. Have some iron plate. Alright. We need to put train it loco there. No! Don't put them in my inventory. Come on, move across. Oh, and those. Done. Okay, you're now out of my way. Auto trash, turn that off, pick up that lot. Take that lot and put them in you and you. Come down here and put in a requester for all the steel and set it higher. Done. Yeah, we're at positive barrels now. And look, our processing's going fine. These guys are powering on. We've already got some good uranium. Excellent. Alright. Braking force. Let's do the last braking force as well. This oil is... Oh, we've got some real oil barrels, so we just don't have heavy. Why don't we have heavy? Heavy still instantly be turned into lube, I bet. No, tank's full. You got 100 barrels? Where's the rest of the heavy going? I've only got one heavy cracking. Ah. And it only runs if there's 100 barrels in storage. Alright, there's got to be something wrong. You have no heavy in the pipes, but you have full of petroleum. You keep going until there's 500. Oh, we have 500 in storage. Okay, so we've got to find something to do with all our petroleum. Alright, plastic time, obviously. Let's bring landfill, all of it. And into our trash train goes those, because we don't need them. We'll hold on to Logibots for the moment. What else can go in the trash train? That's about it, unfortunately. Well, actually, that can go there. Plastic time! And this time you can actually see me attempt to plan shit out. Okay, so we're going to have an exit train line is here. And we're at landfill. Yep. We're going to be doing this quite a bit. Go get landfill, come back. Use landfill, get landfill, come back. Use landfill. Yep. Landfill does not last long. You know, you can actually, I'll show you guys this. You can stretch out your landfill by going 2 times and doing that. It essentially doubles your landfill. It doesn't work 100%, as you can see. But then 1, 2, yeah. 1, 2. It's very frustrating doing this. I'm telling you, I've filled in whole lakes this way, and it takes ages. I much prefer, look, let's use twice as much. Stone is almost useless, and let's do giant heaps. Okay, so that's it for landfill. Let's take our train back. Let's put in a shit ton of landfill in this system. Yeah, you got plenty of steel now. And find out why we're not getting any chests into our train. I'm gathering I did something wrong. That's what I'm gathering. Do I have any fuel on me? Of course not. Go faster. Go faster. Yeah, still can't quite get to full speed. Not on coal and stuff, but you know, we will be making. Actually, it's something we have to do. We have to make light fuel. Okay, so let's deconstruct those, and then requester, landfill. Landfill, inserters, of course I choose the one spot there's no power, and then deconstruct those. Great. We have landfill incoming. We need way more Logibots. Oh, that's what I had to do, find out why, because I just got chests. Because I didn't bother setting up requesters for it. We've got tanker wagons. Are they pumps? Yeah, we've got pumps, we've got tanker wagons, we've got tanks. So we just need that type of chest and that type of chest. Put those two there. It's this wagon. We want that. Copy, paste. Copy. Paste. Alright, landfill incoming. Follow the bots to where landfill comes from. Where does landfill come from? I have one lonely little factory. I thought I upped landfill dramatically. No. And our stone is almost dead. Power this crap up. Run our belts to there, to there. speaking of stack inserters, that's something else we need to... Ooh. Accumulator out. Oh, out of power. Yeah. We've gone a little bit power heavy. You're short accumulators. Well, that's a problem. Accumulators. You are being built, just ever so slowly. Beacon. Beacons are often the answer, aren't they? I don't have any productivity modules on me. Growth and speed modules. Actually, the belt's all the way backed up. There. You there to there. I don't have any of those on me, so let's build 2. Let's put one there, into there. And then, for good measure, some beacons. Because, you know, we don't have power problems or anything at the moment. Yeah. If in doubt, add more beacons. Alright, are you running? No. So we're fine during daytime. And because I've put these in here, we're not exactly overcharging our accumulators. They're only being charged by solar. Yeah, because you're getting to 32%, so, and then dropping down to 30. One of these steam setups will kick in. 40, 15, 35, 30. Where are we? 29, you'll kick on, which runs whatever steam setup that was, that one. So steam power will kick in for a little bit. Yep, we add a bit of charge and then it turns off. I can build a delay function. I really don't want to. Wow, watch him go. Does that mean I have problems with stone and bricks and... No, I don't have problems with these guys yet, but it's getting close. Oh no, that's one hell of a buffer on belts. Nah, we'll be fine for a bit yet. But I'm having engine problems because... What, you were just chewing it so fast? Gas. What's that say? Yeah, they should all go to left. Oh, because we have lube problems. Why do we have lube problems? Probably because I never actually fixed the cracking. No, I didn't. Okay. I have pumps now. Alright, at least I should have pumps. Build a pump. Put you there. Take a bit of red wire and go from there to there to there. And we say, if lube is greater than 20 thousandths, then you can run. Which means it won't run. So you're starved, but you're running fine. Great. Problem solved. Let's do it if heavy oil is greater than 5,000. Because I don't know if this this chem plant can get rid of heavy as fast as we make heavy. So if we do it off this, it means this is running flat out, this is backed up entirely, and then you can run. At which point this can keep up, at least I assume so. Oh Crap. Where do you come from? There. Crap. Didn't know there was two of them. Another pump. Okay, you copy there. You change you back to that. It's greater than 20. Hook you to there. Greater than 5,000. Which unfortunately means we're not going to make any more flamer fluid, because there is no way to get a pump in here. Not without spaghetti pipes, and we've got enough spaghetti in this fucking base. Oh, worse than that, you're off the output. You're off that output, you're off that output. Ah, fuck it. It'll run a little bit. Down here's got no oil. So the oil pipes are backed all the way up. I shouldn't have to run along the pipe anymore. I can just map view it if I have radar coverage, which I don't. But I do have radar coverage. That's at 100. Huh. Oh, it's a power pole. Alright, let's run out, put down some radars. I have no idea what the actual plan was. Oh, plan for this episode was to do plastic. That's not succeeding at all. So this is really low. Which is good, it means it's being used. It's because that's a pump. And it's just sucking all the oil and putting it in that system. But that's fine. It's where it's got to go in theory. Okay, so we need a little more landfill. We need to bring all our uranium processing over there as well. Let's do a request for uranium ore, because I know there's still some hanging around this base somewhere. We need to pick these guys up. Dump everything there. Dump everything in there. Dump everything in there. One box. To start right. You're full of landfill. You're full of landfill. Okay. Alright, we need to go to our mystery box, which is a very expensive box. Yep, that's all we can carry, that's all we can carry. And then... do I have any free slots? I do. We're just not crafting some of this stuff. Oh, actually... no, we can't do that. Alright, let's go back to the other one. We will attempt to get at least some plastic down this episode. Yeah, it's not going to happen. Sorry about that. No, what we'll do is we'll get our Kovarex processing set up. And then in the next episode, we'll do our landfill. Oh, I don't want that requested here. I want it requested at the other base. Centrifuge. Down. And down. That's a good question. Because before, we'd set them up with a closed loop. Oops, not that one. That one. Go away. Now I need to input into the system as well. And export. Okay, so if we do an inserter in, out, in... Oh, more research. Braking force is done. Laser, rocket, shotgun. Let's do shotgun, because everybody likes a shotty. That's what my brain's thinking. I'm going to input into that as well. Damn! I'm going to have an input. So this chest needs to hold 40 235s. Alright, storage. Done. It needs to hold 40 235s, plus it needs to hold some 238. And then we've got to pull off 238, 235 regularly, and add in 238 all the time. Okay, that's it. That's it. Okay. Just have to stop and think through the process. So, that to there. If that is less than, say, 400. Big numbers. Run. If that is more than, where are we? Greater than 100, it'll run. So it's at 100. As soon as I set put it to 150, it runs. Done. That's the setup. So it will dump. You're not requesting. So it will dump 238 into the system. This will run through its process and dump out 2. This needs 5. No, because eventually that chest will choke. Because it will run out of 238. And this chest will eventually fill up with 235. That one. That one. That's the only way I can think of doing it. You know, these two still go around and around and around, but that adds and that subtracts, or vice versa. Yeah, that adds more crap one, that subtracts good one, and that keeps the system running. Either that or we try and do something belt based, which is a possibility. I don't like belts because they're very hard to control. Alright, let's go with you into there and you into there. Put you on there and you on there. Copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. Right, that's a working setup at least. Less than perfect, but not really tileable. Well, it is, but it isn't. No, it really isn't. It's tileable diagonally. Actually, we've got this train line here. Fuck it. Oh, of course, one square, fuck it off. Alright, delete all that, delete all that, delete all that. Come on, let's slide the whole lot out by one square. Nope. That now uses science. Cluster grenade, sure, let's just get it done. Where are we? One tile. Done. That can be our Kovarex processing. There, 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 there. And we need to manually bootstrap the system. With 100 in there, 100 in there. 100 in that one, 100 in that one, 100 in that one, 100 in that one. And then the requesters will take care of all the other ones. And we're done. Having us one square on the fucking system. Oh! I don't want to build a robo-port just for one fucking square. Okay. Done. No, get rid of that one. $100 in there, 100 in there. 100 in there, 100 in there, 100 in there, and 100 in there. And then power again. Done. You're officially running. Yep, they're all running, they're all happy. Eventually they'll start exporting, but not right now. But that's fine. It's perfectly fine, perfectly acceptable. Let's put you as the correct type of chests. So our bots don't have quite as much to do. And somehow we lost 3 Logibots. Yep, much better. Can I build a centrifuge? No. Okay. Well, look, I'm going to call it here for this episode. Thank you guys for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed. We should do plastic next episode. But then again, we'd have more than enough to actually start doing nuclear fuel processing and start actually cranking out a nuclear power plant. And I have a blueprint. I've made a blueprint for a system that does 1.1 gigawatts, which would just solve so many of our power problems. We could just build all this out and not give a shit about power usage at all. We'll see. We'll see what happens next episode. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. As always, any questions, pop them down in the comments. Any comments, same spot. There's a section called the comments, just for that sort of shit. Or random abuse, because, you know, why not? Sometimes I deserve to be abused when I fuck it up. Especially when doing 20 odd episodes with this shit out of sync. I should have been abused ages ago for that one. But that looks like it's been fixed, so thank God. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Alright.